Hello, everyone who is joining me right now. It's Craig. I am here at Epcot and gonna have a fun little day. We are going to start with a stroll around the park. Maybe we'll see about rides or something based on how much time we have. And then when it gets close to park hopping time at 2 o'clock, I'm going to head over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, since I can just walk there. I don't want to mess with the bus or anything today. It's a beautiful day here in Central Florida. It is just after 12:30 and 61 degrees out. Beautiful skies. Hello everyone for joining me. Candace, Jessica, Sarah. Who else do we got? Ramney, I apologize. You'd have to tell me how to say your name. I'm awful. I'm the worst. Of course, Jackie. Hello, everyone. Of course, Epcot is just beautiful. Hello, Cliff, Catherine, Robin. Welcome to Raimi. Thank you, Raimi. Disney Geeks, Daniel. Okay, so nice way to start out here looking at the fountain. I know we've seen it all. We've seen it a lot lately. I've shown it off so many times, but it's at the start of the park, so it's kind of hard not to. And here's a look at the rest of the entrance area right now. Moderately slow with people coming in. All of the Festival of the Holidays gear is still up, so that was a fun surprise walking in and getting that holiday spirit as you're coming in. Festival of the Arts actually starts this Friday on January 8th. I do not remember how long it is running in terms of the exact dates. It obviously is running until a taste of the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival starts, but Festival of the Arts does start on the 8th. So I'm sure we will be back here that day doing something. I'm not quite sure what yet. Probably at least a live stream of walking around the area and such. Maybe not much more beyond that. I am sure a lot of people probably wish they were here today. It is just gorgeous outside. And for everyone just tuning in, I know we've only been going 3 minutes, but it takes a while to sometimes get in and start catching up with everything. Today, I am going to basically just stroll around Epcot. We'll see if we do any attractions. I haven't even looked at the wait time yet for anything here at the park. So I don't know if I have any specific attractions on my agenda, but I have not had the chance to park hop yet, just because I knew I was coming here today. So I could do this. And so yeah, we're gonna just hang out here for a little bit, and then when it gets close to that 2 o'clock time, we're gonna walk over to Disney's Hollywood Studios and just do a little park hopping. So it's more of just a come with me while I stroll and enjoy the gorgeousness that is today in Florida. And no, Kylie is not with me. She has a full-time job that she started just before Christmas. So she is no longer around me anytime from about 7 a.m. every morning until usually about 6 o'clock at night. So if I'm here during the daytime and it's not a weekend, then unfortunately Kylie will not be with me. I guess sometimes maybe holidays she'll be around, but at the same time, if she has a holiday off. I don't know necessarily if she would want to come with me to Walt Disney World or Universal or anywhere. She doesn't work in theme parks anymore, but yeah, I will miss my wife too. It's been weird adjusting now that she's no longer in the house like she was for 9 months, but that's life. Stop here and take a look at Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Back in the habit. Love that plywood. It's useful for lots of stuff in the world, including roofing. So it's good to know that Walt Disney World is still investing heavily into the plywood corporations out there. And yes, it is just as blue here today as it looks. It's perfect. I have on a hooded sweatshirt right now that I regret because it is a little too warm for it now that the sun is out. There's still a chill in the air and it's a little windy. But other than that, beautiful, beautiful day. See, Jackie saying she thinks Space 220 could open any day. I do not think that they would want to open such a marquee restaurant for them right in space because your head will first swell, according to The Simpsons, and then it will freeze and potentially explode. Again, I don't have any science fact to base any of this on, just from watching an episode of The Simpsons where they're in space and that's what happens to them. Also, while the line is still out the door for Mission Space, it's kind of hard to get to the restaurant back there. But that's where we are in the world. Caitlin, the thing with the capacity is that I think I've explained before on a couple other videos, that Epcot's park capacity is somewhere, if I can remember correctly, off the top of my head, it's somewhere around like 110,000 people. So 35% capacity, we're still talking, close to 40,000 people that could potentially be in the park. And I've mentioned it that when I worked here 10 years ago, a busy, very busy food and wine day would be somewhere right around like, I want to say it was like 28 to 30,000 people. So I'm sure that has significantly increased over the past 10 years. I'm sure a very busy day for Epcot now, like as the average day, not New Year's Eve or something like that, is probably 50, 60,000, but I am not going to eat anything today. So if you have not yet subscribed to our Disney Dining channel, youtube.com/Disney Dining, then please do so at this time. Not right now, I guess, but soon. And you can see any dining reviews that we have on there. But for streams like this, I'm just walking around. Every now and then, maybe I'll grab a snack, but the majority of the content that we make has to go on that other channel, so you're not going to see it on these live streams. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the heck was happening there. All I heard was some dad talking to his kid, saying I think he had a little duty in his pants. I know it didn't pick up on the microphone. I have my headphones in today, so that way audio will be a little bit better since it is a bit windy. So unfortunately, you're going to miss out on some of these random conversations that I hear as I'm walking around. Wonderful. Okay, I am now coming up to the point here where I can keep going straight and go over towards Imagination Way and the land and such. Or I can head to World Showcase. What would you rather me do? Please let me know. In the meantime, I'll get my next plug out there of if you're planning a vacation in 2021 to Walt Disney World, or hoping the Disney Cruise Line comes back, then please consider using Dreams Unlimited Travel. Supporting them means you are supporting us here at the DIS. So you can get in touch with an agent at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com and start planning your next Disney vacation today. And also, if you haven't done so yet and you're watching this, please hit the thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I know sometimes people just kind of forget because you still see it popping up in suggested videos and such. But yes, please hit that thumbs up and also make sure you're subscribed. And I'm gonna head towards World Showcase. I feel like more people were inching towards World Showcase than Imagination, but that doesn't mean we won't head back that way later. So, like I said, the holiday stuff is still up, at least there in that spot and at the front of the entrance, but everything else is getting switched over for Festival of the Arts. And I saw someone ask about the Leave a Legacy stones. No, those are not up yet. The transformation of Epcot is going to take a very long time. A very, very long time. So I don't know when they will be back. Looks to be an extremely quiet day. But we're just at the start. We'll know once we get more towards Mexico. The only reason why I'm going this way is more of a speed thing, that if I take my time walking around and I want to pop out of want to pop out at World Showcase to start heading towards Hollywood Studios, then can burn a little bit more time this way versus going the other way. If I go the other way, I'm gonna get there a lot quicker. I'll just show you what's going on with the harmonious area over here. So far, I don't know why I'm pausing so much in between words. So far, still just the one showpiece there. And I'm excited for the show. I think it's going to be pretty epic. But I think it is just an absolute eyesore. And it will be in the daytime, it will be used as a fountain, and then obviously it'll be in the show as a fountain, and then there will be projections. I shouldn't say projections. That screen will have visualizations on them. But even if, like, the fountains have to be running all day in order to make them visually appealing, because it does not look good. And as for when they would start Harmonious, I mean, it's pretty clear just by looking at the lagoon here on when they're going to start it. They only have one of the 4 screens that go around the main one in the middle. So once they have all of the tech in place, then we can start speculating on when it will actually start. But it's, someone else I'm sure can speculate and guess on it better than I can. All I can say is not soon. It's just what I'm going to answer with everything. You can ask me when they're going to finally restore Journey into Imagination back to its original form. Say sometime soon. Not too soon. See, can't even remember what I was gonna say about when I was getting asked questions about future stuff. When will Walt Disney come back to life and haunt us all? Not too soon. One day, but not yet. I do not know if the barges are built. Again, I'm sure someone might know. I don't spend a lot of time trying to make friends with people who work on these projects and such. I wish I cared more. I guess I just don't. But I'm sure someone knows. Like, when will Coco take over the Grand Fiesta Tour? I'm sure someone knows. Not too soon.
Guests that do not comply will be asked to leave. Wash your hands often and thoroughly, cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing.
Line still isn't that bad to get into Mexico, but any line to get into Mexico is too much.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that.
The most disappointing line on earth. The reservation check-in for San Angelen. Fantastic. But, and it also says Mexico period. Pyramid starts there. Did I just say Mexico period? Oh man. I need to just stop talking today because I am fumbling everything I'm saying. Oh, how fun. I'm not going to get too close here because other people are obviously doing their thing here, but hello. But as you see, Anna is doing a little distance meeting and greeting back there. I'm just going to get a little bit closer because I can. There she is. How nice. I still don't like her. I don't like her one bit. If you didn't watch my One Festival of the Holidays video, then you don't know about my grudge with her, but she kept her back to me the entire time that I was trying to get video of her. So now we're in a blood feud of some sort. I'm not quite sure. Here's our harmonious look from Norway. And I know some of you want food, but I am not eating today. That content is on youtube.com/Disney Dining. Here I am just enjoying the parks. I am not eating. I don't even have my tripod for the gimbal, so I can't even set it down today. I've got to hold it the entire time. But we have a great dining review that just went up this morning on youtube.com/Disney Dining, if I don't say so myself, because it is it's a dining review of me eating at the Tomorrowland Harbor House. So check that out later. All of these people waiting in line. And most are going to get behind massive plexiglass shields that are covered in water spots and you can't even see the attraction. No Universal coming up anytime soon until I get the okay from the boss that we can start covering Universal again. We're still trying to cover Walt Disney World as much as possible. Gear up for other destinations as well too, like Disney Cruise Line and such. So no Universal quite yet. I apologize. But as soon as he says we can start covering it again, I will go back. So Reflections of China has just taken up the entire courtyard with their queue to get inside the building there. Pretty wild. And I saw someone ask about beer earlier. Beer destinations at Walt Disney World. Honestly, there's not a lot to recommend in terms of beer destinations at Walt Disney World. I know City Works has a ton on tap, but I'll make my plea that I try to as much as possible. If you have a car while you're down here, get off property and go explore Orlando and Central Florida. There is so much out there that is arguably way better than anything you'll find on property, especially when it comes to like beers and a lot of dining. Just as soon as you get off property, there's at least 5 breweries within 10 miles of property that are unique and wonderful. So normally we'd say just, use a rideshare program. But I know a lot of people aren't doing that for the time being. So if you have a car and you're able to get out, do it that way. I know it's kind of hard sometimes to justify leaving property when you want to be in the Disney bubble, but I would recommend it. I know Rhino would feel the same way if he was watching this. But he's not anymore. Best place for porters and stouts, I'd actually say, instead of, if you're talking about going off property, I would say don't limit yourself to Orlando in that case. If you can justify a trip going to Tampa, go to Angry Chair, and that is going to be your best place for a lot of stouts and porters. Germany here is still in full swing for Christmas. I know a question came up about Tron. I genuinely have no idea what's happening with any construction progress on anything at Walt Disney World. So I apologize. I don't track rumors and news usually, except like maybe once every 6 months. I'll read up what people have to say on other websites and such. But there's too much to keep up on it. Like, if Ryan Teets is in here, which I don't know, I don't think I've seen his name yet, but he could attest to it. To be really in the know on rumors and news, you have to dedicate a lot of your life to just following solely rumors. And then you spend a lot of time going out trying to make friends with people who are working on the projects and cast members working on the projects. And that's not Craig Williams. It's never going to be Craig Williams. The older I get, the more I'm just being more excited about once something's open, I'm excited to see how it all turned out. And that's the backside of Harmonious. Just so quiet here right now. Without any festival going on for the next 5 days. I feel bad right now because last week I released a video on DIS Unplugged with the 3 positive changes to Walt Disney World in 2020. And I included the fountain and the pylons, yet I somehow forgot about Regal Eagle. It kind of went over my head that, like, yeah, that opened up in 2020 before the parks closed down. But if you watch the shows and such, you know my feelings about Regal Eagle. You know how much I love it. So I'm not going to go on and on about it, but I feel so bad that I forgot to even mention it in that video. But then again, there's a lot of stuff now that's all over the place on that video. Mariachi Cobre still performing here 6 times a day. Just not right now. Because no one could have foreseen Gideon's closing their doors after they decided to soft open, considering they were constantly saying how they'd be open 365 days a year. And, I know soft opens, technical rehearsals, anything can go wrong and shut down, but I'm truly in the camp. I know there's some people that just say, oh no, Gideon's closed because it's a soft open and that's what happens. Sometimes you close and then you open when you're ready. I am more in the camp of, I believe that there is some health-related issue going on there. But that's the only speculating you're going to get from me is about cookie stuff. Christmas tree still up here. It's nuts that we are just so close to the start of Festival of the Arts. Yet, it is all still so holiday oriented here. Yeah, it just really is this empty. What was the update from Gideon's, Jackie? I did not see that. If you could write it out. I can't obviously click a link and look. I wish I could, but then I'd have to end this live stream, and that's not fun. Hello to everyone who's been coming in as of lately here. Welcome to this awkward live stream of me pausing in awkward places and hello, Chris. Thanks for joining us. More of the lagoon. I saw someone just write out that they said they closed for logistical reasons. I'm not buying it. Your weather update is it is still wonderful. Blue skies, beautiful, 61 degrees, just a little bit breezy. High today says 66. I'm not sure if it's going to actually get up to there. I mean, I guess if this sun just keeps baking us, maybe it will, but right now it's perfect the way it is. Crowds are extremely light back here in World Showcase, but it also makes sense because unless you're coming back here for eating at a restaurant or going to like American Adventure, I don't. There's not as much reason to just stroll around here in between festivals right now. That was a good question about closing for public health reasons. I don't necessarily know a lot of the logistics with how that works in Florida, since I've never worked in a restaurant here in Florida. But I do know that at times before when there have been health-related issues at restaurants in Florida, it takes a very long time for reports to come out. And then we finally kind of get the answers on what happened. But I don't know if that's more of like, dirty kitchens and stuff, not necessarily employees are sick and spread it. And in some cases, I feel like it comes out a lot sooner when it's really bad, like when Morimoto Asia and Hoop-de-Doo had their little outbreaks in the past, but I think with Gideon's too, they could also they might fall into a safe spot since they were technically still in a soft opening where they can say, like, they can say anything they want. They can say, well, we need to close down to refine some things and then reopen. They can say that at any time. The only reason I don't just buy that is because of how quickly and suddenly they closed. Like, maybe if they ran out of cookies completely and said, okay, we're out for the day, we're done, we're gonna close down, we're gonna figure all this out. Maybe that's the only way, but yeah, it seems a little weird. But the good news is with Gideon's, if you're traveling here, until the Disney Springs one opens up, you can always just go to the East End Market, just north of Orlando. And you can get cookies there. And the best part is, if you click through the link on their Instagram, you can do a next day pre-order where you just put it all in and you go and pick it up, skip the line completely. And it is the easiest way to get cookies from Gideon's. Okay. Cheers. I am more than happy to give a shout out to Emily. Hello, Emily. When will Ratatouille open up? Your question is a good one that I do not have an answer to, because Ratatouille, you know, it's unless I'm wrong about it, everything about it makes it seem like it is completely finished and just sitting right back behind these walls. But the only thing I can base it on is that they are not going to open it up until they see what happens with travel. They don't want to debut a brand new ride if it's still slow here at the parks. I know it's a way to drive more people in, get them to come in, but at the same time, you want people to be here when the attraction opens up. And then it also throws in a lot of the questions about like the plexiglass on ride vehicles and such. I don't know if that'll be a thing where they don't want to open it up because they don't want to have to put up plexiglass barriers, because it is, assuming it is the exact same ride from Paris, then it's a 3D attraction, and that poses some big issues then adding plexiglass on top of it too. So I think they're gonna hold off on Ratatouille as long as possible. I'm excited for it to open up though. When I went to Paris, it was one of the highlights of my time there, but I know a lot of people dislike it. It was one of my highlights, but I also enjoyed it because it blended actually having the French language in with English. So it was kind of like, it was the best of both worlds. And the idea of opening up new attractions to bring more people in is definitely something that would work in the past, but we also live in a very different time now, where there are a lot of people who still won't travel solely because of the state of the world. And even if they are the type of people who would want to come because it's a new attraction, they might not, solely because of where we're at. So I don't think just opening an attraction is a guaranteed way to get extra people in the parks right now. For annual passes, I'm not quite sure when those will come back. I know right now there's ways to get annual passes based on like if you have family, not like extended family, but if you have direct family who currently has an annual pass and you didn't, then they will, on a case-by-case basis, bend their rules a little bit to, they'll bend the rules a little bit case by case, so that way they can get some people back into the parks. But as a bigger extension to get annual pass holders, then it's going to be a while. I don't think 2021, to be quite honest. I think maybe 2022. And I really hope I'm wrong on it. I just know that even with the battles right now that some people are fighting to get an annual pass, and the ones that are succeeding, like even then they're putting up quite the battle to be allowed to get one. So I feel like if they're putting up that much of a fight against trying to give out new passes, then I don't think it's going to be something that just easily turns around and they start allowing them out of nowhere. But I could be wrong.
Hey, how we doing?
And I know there's a lot of talk with, well, once vaccines are more widespread and such, things could just turn around, and I hope that's the case. But unfortunately, with some of the nurses I've read posts on and heard talk about, they're still saying with vaccines, with this vaccine in particular, you still need to wear your face masks and physical distance as much as possible. So while Disney's still doing their safety measures here and limiting the amount of people and distancing and face coverings, it just seems like even then, vaccines only play one small part of the entire puzzle of getting things back to the Disney of old. As for cast members coming back, I don't want to sound pessimistic in this way, but I'm one of the only people on the DIS that has been very outspoken about the cast members, and that I don't think a lot of them are going to return. Obviously they laid off a ton, and they will rehire eventually down the road, but I think there's a lot of people, not just on the top, but on other levels of being cast members, that will definitely see pay increases for being able to operate and manage with less people. Because I used to have to face, I don't want to say something similar at Universal, but it was with our daily budget and the amount of team members we could have, it was really hard on some days to justify the amount of staffing that we would actually need when you had a really good team in there who was working their butts off and made sure that we got as many people on the attractions as possible. It always ended up setting that precedent of, well, I mean, look at what you did with less. And that's always dangerous. And when it comes to theme parks, you'll want to cut down on the amount of staffing that you have and sell as much food and merchandise as possible. Unless you're a guest service first company, in which, you want to make it more about actually having cast members, team members in place so that way you can provide the best guest service possible. But we all know that a lot of places are kind of forgetting that old mantra and going more towards profit models, which also makes sense. They're businesses. But I think that they need to live with each other. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up on some of the comments right now. I am currently getting ready to start my walk over towards Disney's Hollywood Studios. I am just gonna walk. I would love to ride the Skyliner because I am a huge fan of the Skyliner, but I don't want to do the transfer. I know it's still faster to go that way, even with the transfer and such. I just don't want to deal with that right now, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's such a beautiful day. I want to enjoy the stroll. And the boats, I just always have terrible luck with boats. I feel like I get on a boat and then they're like, let me drive half the speed that I normally would. And as Sam points out, the walk is also nice for the stream. Gives me a little bit of time to talk to everyone as we're moving along here and do some chatting. There's not a problem with the transfer. It's more of a personal thing that I myself get annoyed of having to get off of one and transfer to another. It's a complete Craig idiosyncrasy thing, not any problem with the system or the design. And especially while I'm live streaming, I feel like even though there are beautiful views, and we would have got a great view of Ratatouille and some of the other areas, I also feel like it'd be nice to go this way because it's been a while since I've at least walked all the way around here. The walk is not, I don't know the distance off the top of my head. I know we have that stat somewhere on the site and it's plenty of places. I know it takes me about, with the pace I'm walking at now, Should take me about 25 minutes, give or take. And the other option that I could have done is I could have taken a bus, because they now have the bus transportation with park hopping. Denny was saying great things about riding the buses between the different parks, and of course that's with park hopping. If it's not going to be something that works if you can't just go ride all the buses around and have a good day. You have to actually be park hopping. And no, I'm not walking the boardwalk way. It is over there. I prefer this direction. Maybe it's a little longer. Maybe that's why it always takes me a little bit longer. But I prefer the yacht and beach views. And yes, people they can sit on the beach and lay down, take a nap, do whatever you want. But I don't like the boardwalk. I think I've been very outspoken about it for many years. I don't see the appeal in it. I know that a lot of people love Flying Fish and Big River and not really ESPN Zone. But I don't there's just not much I like about it. I don't like the theme of the resort. I don't have the money to just eat at Flying Fish, so that's not in my budget. Again, even with Big River, I know it's a little bit better on pricing, but it's still really expensive. So I wouldn't really eat at a lot of the places that make the boardwalk such a selling point. But I'm a very particular person in how I vacation. I know I do set aside budgets and such when I go on trips. I'll use like Disneyland as a primary example with it. I set a budget for myself, but when I'm there, I typically eat quick service. Well, because their quick service is really good. And then it just also gives me a lot of extra time to go out and do things. So Kylie and I will, maybe do one nice meal for the two of us when we are on vacation, but most of the time we want to maximize what we're doing. So we won't sit down for meals. Like the one kind of difference of that is if we're on a cruise, obviously we'll sit down and we'll have the long relaxing meals each night. And if we're in a more of a foreign place, so like when we were in Austria and Germany and Czech Republic and Italy, we'll sit down at actual restaurants, mostly because it's different cultures. But in the United States, I feel like it's very easy to always find food that you can get quickly and made well. Now, I'm not talking about fast food and McDonald's and such. I'm talking about more of casual, quick restaurants. Like one of my favorite burger spots here close by my house in Orlando. Even if I eat inside, I can be in and out within about 20 minutes. And to me, that's just more appealing. than sitting down for a very long meal when I'm trying to explore a place that I have very limited time for. Ellen, I cannot focus the picture more. It's mostly based on the cell reception of the area that I'm in. If it's a little bit more blurry and fuzzy, that means I don't have a great cell connection and it's not uploading the video quickly. And so that means it looks bad for you. And I apologize for that. I cannot control that. Not with how I'm doing this stream via the YouTube app. It doesn't give me those different kind of options, but I am very sorry about it. I wish it looked better all of the time. I'm just streaming with YouTube, not with any special software or anything. I know I mention it pretty much once every stream that, you know. Sorry about that. My wife was trying to call me, and that cut out the feed there for a second. I had my phone set on Do Not Disturb, but for phone, I am using an iPhone 11 Pro, but honestly, with a stream like this, the maximum I can stream at is 720. So really, there's no point in having a super great 4K phone unless you're streaming at a higher quality. Like even being able to stream at 1080 would make a significant difference in terms of the look, but at this quality, it's just not, you're not going to see a massive difference. But ahoy, hoy, everyone. This is the most proper time for me to actually use my catchphrase. Opening catchphrase is when I'm outside the yacht and beach clubs. And the boardwalk over there again. Now, Jelly Rolls is not open during the pandemic. To be fair, Jelly Rolls was one of those things that by the end of the night at 1:30 in the morning, Jelly Rolls probably shouldn't have been open even then. Talking because drinks are poured everywhere, and as people get sloppy, they get grosser. D-Boy, we use Adobe Suite for everything we do. Pretty standard among people in our profession that aren't, necessarily making movies, but need all different types of software. Adobe Suite. Get a shot of this view, just because it's so pretty. And ahoy hoy, for people who don't know, that is me paying tribute to one of the greatest shows of all time, The Simpsons. That is how Mr. Burns picks up the telephone in that show. And I guess that joke of him saying ahoy hoy comes from the fact that I believe that was what Bell said on the telephone, if I remember correctly. So another joke about how old Mr. Burns is. He's so old that he answers the telephone like they did when they were first invented. I'm not sure that I've heard many people say that Gilligan's Island is one of the greatest shows of all time. I could be wrong. The Atlantic Dance Hall is very important space because it is able to be used in that gap between people who don't need large enough space for a convention center, but they also can't get away with getting a private room for a party. And Elizabeth, I was saying boo earns, just for the record. I was saying boo earns. But yeah, Atlantic Dance Hall, like, I know people will, even though it's not the most exciting thing, they'll rent that out for their weddings, some corporate parties and such. We almost used it for one of our dreams events, just because with the amount of people that we thought we were going to get for the event, we needed a big area, and a lot of places were charging too much, but Atlantic Dance Hall was one of the cheaper options that Disney would have. So it doesn't seem like an exciting place for people to go and hang out for a night, because it's not. But as a space that Disney can rent out for events, it is a useful area. And for park hopping, no, you do not need 2 reservations. You can park hop to all 4 parks in one day. You have to start at your first park that you do have a reservation at, though. You can't. I made mine for Epcot this morning. I couldn't just walk into Hollywood Studios at 2 o'clock and be like, okay, I want to come here. I have to go to Epcot first, and then you're able to go to each of the parks if you want, without making extra reservations. But it is based on capacity. So one of the things that I don't know right now, as I'm walking over to Hollywood Studios, is what the capacity of the park is like right now. I'm obviously live streaming, so I can't see or check on that for the time being, but maybe someone will call the hotline for me. I'll see if I can see the pool here. I know I saw someone pop in there. I forget which angle I need to be at to get a better view. I'm just missing it there. Clown's gone. Let me check over on the other side. I might be able to get a better look at it from there. Plus, I have a little time. I'm almost to Hollywood Studios on this path, and I can't even get in until 2 o'clock. I have to say, I'm going to miss the clown too. It's not often that I have a sentiment for inanimate objects. I guess I can't get around here without going all the way inside or going back around. For some reason, I thought there was a path back here that I could walk into. So now I just look crazy. Yay for looking crazy. But yeah, I guess I'll give up on that. Now I've just embarrassed myself in front of strangers. Fantastic. Just wonderful. Just grand. And maybe I can redeem myself up here. We'll have to see. All parks available? Excellent. Thank you very much for calling. Next caller, you're on the line. I kid. Terrible jokes. Not even really jokes. Why am I talking? Someone can explain to me why I'm talking. Why I'm talking. There we go. Stuck in a loop again. Here's that path that I was looking for. I knew it existed somewhere around here. But yeah, back to the clown. I don't know. At least the clown had character and was on theme. Whereas this kind of on theme, but not really. I don't know. It's characters, but it doesn't have the same amount of character. I don't know. I'm in a mood right now where I'm very introspective about everything. I think it's because I watched Soul last night for the first time, and I didn't much care for it. I thought it was a good movie. I just didn't love it. I didn't love it as a Pixar movie. This is Disney's Boardwalk Resort. So I'll keep going around. I'll get the good view. Jillian, come on. Weather.com. You don't. That's all you need. Weather.com. Don't people put the locations they want to be on their phone under the weather app so that way they can daydream about being somewhere else? Like, I have Pennsylvania in mind. I have Anaheim in mind. I have a couple other random places. And I'm like, oh, this is what it would be like if I was here. Okay, there's your Keister coaster there. Try to zoom in. We got Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Daisy, Donald, Goofy, all doing their thing. So sad. I'm not usually that rude to people. I've just been friends with Jillian now for 7 years, so I feel like if I'm not rude to her, then it's not really us being friends. But that's fine. It's just boring. It's that. That's the new slide. Look. Just so boring. I know there was a couple more comments about Soul in there. I think the ironic part for me with that movie, and I still need to process it more. I might even watch it again. But I think the thing that jumped out to me after is, for a movie called Soul, you'd think it would have a little bit more heart and soul. But ultimately, it almost felt like the B-side of a record, with Inside Out being like the A-side. That's your track. That's why people were buying the single. And then on the B-side, we're getting a similar idea from the same artist that's just not quite up to it. Still worthy of being printed and being made, but just not on the same level. Okay, back on the walking path we go. So we can head to Disney's Hollywood Studios as part of our park hopping extravaganza. If you're just tuning in now, please hit that thumbs up for me if you haven't yet. Pretty please, with sugar on top. And consider supporting us by supporting Dreams Unlimited Travel for your next Disney vacation. DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com. And for those of you just tuning in now for your weather update here at Walt Disney World, it is 63 degrees outside. Bright, sunny, a little bit of clouds, but mostly just sunny and hot. Because even though it's 63, with the sun beating down like it is, it feels about 10, 15 degrees warmer than that. Yeah, just based on what I've seen on social media from people talking about Soul, it would have, of course, been a huge hit for Pixar if it would have been released in theaters, but I don't think it would have had that. It wouldn't have had that staying power that Inside Out did, where a lot of people kept talking about it over and over again, and a lot of people kind of, they helped that movie become bigger than it would have been. And stuff like Finding Dory, of course, that's always going to make tons of money because it has the characters you know and love already built in. But Soul, I don't think it would have been a massive hit. I also think Pete Docter is one of the few people right now who truly, I mean, obviously it's a business. They need to make money so they can keep making movies. But I think he is very art forward centric first and foremost in terms of like management levels. Obviously, all the artists who work on the movies care about the art, and that's what's most important to them. But the people who are making the decisions, I think some of them get lost in that the artistry of it needs to be important. But yeah, I still love Pete Docter nonetheless. It's just finally made a movie that I just didn't really connect with. And that's okay. And yes, I forgot to say in my little update, I'm walking to Hollywood Studios. Park hopped, came from Epcot, going to Hollywood Studios on the walking path. Could have taken a bus, could have taken the Skyliner, could have taken a boat, but I wanted to walk, get those steps in, enjoy the weather, be healthy. Trying hard not to mouth breathe too much while I'm talking and walking. I don't know anything about the Hollywood Studios stages. I never worked in that park, and I went when I was a kid in the early 90s, and I remember the spaces, but I could not tell you which ones were used, which ones were removed. I'm just not. I don't, as much as I love history, some of that stuff is just, it's lost on me. I'm going to be honest about the steps things. I don't even know how to look at that on my iPhone. Like, I just look at the stuff that my watch tells me, my calories, my exercise time, my standing time. But I know I'm turning into an old disgruntled person as I can't bother to try to find all those details. I'm sure it's in the health app. But where do you find the health app? It's a wormhole of questions. Connecting with Walt is on iTunes, and I guess not iTunes, even that's the old answer, because it's been Apple Podcasts now for years. It's on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, on disunplugged.com. Just if you want to download audio manually, we still do that, where you can get the audio file we post. So a lot of times with that, you can get, if we have like an episode where there's a mistake, but you downloaded it manually, you get that, you can save the file before it's fixed. Have that little Easter egg there for you. But yeah, it's on every device that allows you to listen to podcasts. As far as, I think I'm up to date on everything. I think I got it added to whatever Amazon's doing now with podcasts, and I think it's everywhere, if I remember correctly. All of our shows. A lot of times I won't know until 6 months later when someone tells me, like, it hasn't worked on this platform for months. So if there's ever a platform you see our show's not working on, please reach out to me, Craig at DisneyInfo.com, and let me know. Just do not reach out to me about the DIS Unplugged application for phones. I do not know anything about that. I know it was something that Pete set up years and years ago, that he was the only person who could update it, and I believe he decided to stop doing it. And I think it worked for a while because it was mostly just pulling RSS feeds. But then after we added new shows and got rid of other ones, I think it just completely outdated itself. And without him changing it, it just kind of ended. So I am so hot now. Walking was a terrible idea. I don't know how bodies work, but if that thermometer can pick up sweat from an idiot who decided to wear a hoodie on a day where the sun is beating down and it is just this hot, I don't know. I can't even finish that sentence. I'm so in a weird place right now. But I am going to update everyone now. I am getting close to the security area. And of course, with that means I have to put my phone away. I can't have that up and running while we're going through security. So I will be pausing temporarily. It will just look for you like it's buffering and streaming isn't working properly. It's going to be spinning. Nothing's going to be moving when I'm able to go through. So just please be patient with me, and I will start it back up as soon as I am able to. But yes, while I'm going through security, I will have to put my phone away. So don't abandon this. Don't give up on me. Just be patient. Wait maybe 30 seconds and refresh, and jump back into this when we get there, of course. Skyliner, go! Whee! I could just make myself dizzy doing that in circles all day. That would also be a good day. I just realized I stopped talking. It was nice on my voice there for a second. Oh, very nice. It's really weird hearing the Christmas music still. I'm all for Christmas music still. I'll admit, I was listening to it while I was showering this morning, but that's in the privacy of my own home, where I want to look like a crazy person, not in public, but I do like this loop, so I'm okay with it for the time being, but yeah, it feels a little long. Long in the tooth, I believe is the expression. Is that an expression? I don't know. Okay, someone asked, I believe, where the boat came in at. So obviously, and I could be making this up and no one asked at all, but the boat comes all the way down in there and then parks there, and then you walk all the way around. Old days you would just walk there, but obviously not anymore. And then you keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, and you're gonna go towards where we're about to go in a second. So that is where you would go, getting off of the boats. The friendship boats, which are perfect for friendship opportunities. It's wonderful. I do have 3 minutes. I'll just... Oh, hey, how are you?
Good, thanks, man.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited. I was hoping I'd see one of you guys.
Yeah. Well, you found me.
I
Yeah.
did. I finally found somebody.
You got the new cub.
I did.
It's very
really
cool. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So you started here this morning?
No, this is
No?
oh yeah, we started
Yeah.
this time.
Are you park hopping or anything, or
No,
just...
we're
No.
not this time. We're only here for a short time.
Okay.
So I didn't really think it'd be worth it. Some of the parks aren't open
Yeah.
that late. But
Yeah. Have you been having a good trip though? at
yeah.
least?
Oh
Good.
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's really crowded. I was here in August and it wasn't nearly this crowded.
Yeah, it got a lot busier. I'm sorry, I'm talking to you right in the
you're
sun.
fine. You're fine.
No, it got a lot busier
Yeah.
since then, but
Yeah, it really has.
is it busy in there today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, and Rock and Roller Coaster's still down.
Yeah, I saw that.
So,
Yeah.
do you think they're doing something for the COVID thing?
I have no idea. I mean, it seems like something they wouldn't have to close it down completely for, but yeah, it's well, that's not exciting because I just came from Epcot and it was perfect there. No one was there. It was relaxing, and so I was hoping that Hollywood Studios would be the same.
Yeah,
But
no. But there's a lot of people leaving. When I was leaving,
Good.
when we started coming out, there were a lot of people coming out.
Okay, well.
We're going back to the resort and we'll be back later.
Nice.
I want to see it at night. I didn't think it would still be decorated. So.
Yeah, that was a
I'm
shock
glad.
to me,
Yeah.
walking up here and hearing the Christmas music. I'm like, is that Noel?
A lot of the
Like-
cast members are like, enough with this music.
Yeah,
You gotta be tired of it.
yeah, it's hard right
Yeah.
now to get in the Christmas spirit again after
Right.
it being over, and
Right. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you actually answered my question about what camera you use, so I was super excited.
oh, very nice.
So yeah, I was appreciated that.
Oh, anytime.
All right, well, it was nice
Yeah,
meeting you.
it was nice meeting you too.
Have fun.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Welcome to the Walt Disney World Resort. For the health and safety of everyone, all guests are required to follow the directions for temperature screening. Please wear a face
Oh, man.
covering at all times. Guests that do not comply will be asked to leave. Cover
Okay.
your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing.
I'm getting ready to go through here, so I'm gonna put my phone down. I will see y'all on the other side. I was not trying to ignore you there. Just, it happened. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, I am back. If anyone is getting this now, please, if you could update the chat to tell them to refresh, because we are back in. I'm sorry I missed you. Sorry I missed you, J.A. Thank you for everyone who is helping get the message out of refreshing and such. I appreciate that. We're in business. So since I haven't done this before, I'm hoping that this is literally all I have to do. I just go through and it just works. I'm going to be very embarrassed if it isn't how it is. Thank you. You guys, it worked. That was the most nervous I've ever been and excited at the same time. Like, you know, it's been working just fine for how many days now? Yeah, this has been going on for days, but I still was always worried, like, it's going to be me. I'm going to be the one that it doesn't work for. And then it just did, and I'm super, super happy and excited about it. And I cannot tell you how great it feels now to be in 2 different parks in one day, because this is the first time I've done it now since before all of this, because I did not go on any of the VIP tours that some people from our team have gone on and others have gone on. So this is great. And I know I could just keep the stream going and point it down, and security wouldn't mind, but it's more out of respect to following the rules. You're not supposed to do that going through. They ask you not to film any of it, so I'm going to comply, because you know what? I can't do my job if security is on me thinking that I'm breaking rules. And I've had plenty of days here at Walt Disney World where security is really making my life hard because of my tripods, or saying that I'm filming stuff that I shouldn't be filming and such. And I have always followed every rule that is on DisneyWorld.com, but I still inevitably get followed around at some points. People think I'm doing something suspicious, even though you've never seen a video of ours where we're peeking over a construction wall or anything. But you know, they gotta lump anyone in with a camera into the couple of bad eggs that do that. So we're in Hollywood Studios. As you can tell, for anyone just tuning in now, of course, we started off in Epcot. We have made it to Hollywood Studios after 2 o'clock with park hopping. It's currently 2:05. Our temperature is 63 degrees still. It's a beautiful day. Christmas is still fully alive here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Cannot get on Rise of the Resistance. Boarding groups are not for people that are park hopping. You have to have a park reservation here in the morning to have access to that. Did I cover all the bases? Besides liking the video, if you haven't done so yet, using Dreams Unlimited Travel, and subscribing to the channel, and of course, if you go back and watch the rest of this later, that was a beautiful walk we just took all the way from Epcot through the Yacht and Beach Club, past the boardwalk, past the Swan and Dolphin, all of those places to get here. I think I covered the recap. I'm Craig Williams. My wife has a job during the day, so she can't come to parks anymore. And the Universal show will come back one day when more people use Dreams Unlimited Travel to book Universal vacations, and Pete feels like we can create content that will get people to go to Universal. And the final parts of the recap, I am not eating today. YouTube.com/Disney Dining. Go there, subscribe, and watch that channel for all the dining content. And rides, we'll have to see. Like, I would have been happy to pop on Tower of Terror. 80 minutes, I do not have time for that. Fortunately, today I have to be back home at 3 to give my dog a pill for his seizures. So I am on a time crunch here, but we will see if I can jump on at least one thing for all you out there. Of course, Rock and Roller Coaster right now, they're telling everyone out front that if you're going back for Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, then that's fine, but Rock and Roller Coaster is currently down. Always sad days. But you know what? Having the Christmas music helps to brighten all those sad days.
Right. The doors opening and closing. Look at right under the 2L. That's where it is.
Unless you're tired of Christmas. And then this is probably too much. I don't know though. Now it's getting me back in the Christmas spirit. I might have to throw the lights back on my house now and get things redecorated. Because this is working for me. I felt shamed into taking down the lights on our house. We have a couple neighbors around who still have their lights on, and some of the houses that are more intricate that have fancier decorations on them, they still have theirs up, but like I don't know, I just felt like, oh, people are going to be mad if I don't take down my lights soon, so I took them down, and I miss them. And I was only half joking about the decorating, so we took all the ornaments off our tree, but our tree bag that we had to order doesn't get here until I think tomorrow or Wednesday, so our tree is staying up for a couple more days. It's not fully decorated, but the nice part is, for us, we got a tree that we really love that we think looks good without decorations. So it's nice to just have it standing there. It's a good January tree. But I'm starting to go crazy, and I feel like we need to start coming up with more holidays that deserve decorations, that aren't just like Christmas and Halloween. Like, can we start decorating for Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day? I mean, we can talk about the rest. I know some of the houses in my neighborhood do decorate for like the 4th of July and do light shows, but some of the houses in my neighborhood do decorate for Mardi Gras. I do not, because I feel like the only relation I have to Mardi Gras is through the Martins, who now will probably get asked about them. The Martins, they're schooling their children at home right now via intranet methods. So because of that, they are not on any of the shows and won't be until we're back into the studio with more people. So the Runaway Railway right now, we're looking at a 50-minute wait for that 5-0. And these are all the people in line for it. But yeah, with Mardi Gras, I would feel weird because obviously I'm not from Louisiana. I'm not Catholic. So I don't even celebrate in that regard. I did go to a Catholic college, but I am not Catholic. I do like a good Northeast fish fry during Lent. Have not been able to find a good one down here in Florida, which is probably better for my health, but it's very strange for this time of year. That time of year, not this time of year. We're not quite there yet. But hey, that's my life story. You heard it here first. Wow. I just heard a man sneeze from very far away. It was very loud. Yeah, it's a... does look a little bit on the crowded side here. Just, I'm basing that on wait times. It's pretty congested. I'm sure on the video, it makes the crowds look more overwhelming than it actually is. It's not really terrible here walking through. Like, I don't feel uncomfortable, but these lines, like Slinky Dog Dash, 70 minutes. We're all the way almost to Little Mermaid at this point. Like, that's pretty intense. Again, 70 minutes pre-pandemic, that would put the line, just on top of the bridge, I believe, where Slinky Dog Dash is. But because of the distancing, very, very far down. So this is definitely an interesting one, where the line for Midway Mania, or just Toy Story Mania here, sorry, I always forget. Toy Story Mania, end of line here, and they are finally using a lot of this side of the building for it, where they had all of the incredible events taking place and such. So I guess it's good that they're utilizing these areas for something for lines, but man, geez Louise. What's the deal with FastPass Plus? I mean, the issue with FastPass Plus right now is it comes down to pretty much just space, in that they could bring FastPass Plus back in a very limited form, but it's like they can't even give you the same amount that you had before, because then both lines would be out the door, one for FastPass and one for standby. And look at how the standby lines already are. Throw onto that then too a FastPass line that might be half the length of that. It would be out of control. Just purely out of control. So and then a lot of people that need special access to the attractions are able to utilize it through the FastPass lines right now. So that would then clog up the lines in another way too. So it's just, I know a lot of people miss FastPass Plus, and honestly, I don't. I know that's a deal breaker for a lot of people. These wait times are extreme. I will give you that. And like for doing a live stream, no, I don't want to wait in them. That would be very boring for you. I hate when I get in a line that's way too long during one of these streams. It's just not fun to watch. But like, if I was here making a video, not doing a live stream, I would 100% be waiting in these lines, and they almost always go faster than what the actual posted wait time is. Some parks are better than others about getting the wait time to be more accurate, but in general, it's still still mostly overposted a little bit. This is the first place where I feel like it's really clogged. I feel like I'm having to duck, dip, dive, and dodge all the way around to get away from people. Of course, Alien Swirling Saucer still playing that Christmas music as well. This could be a bad sign for this attraction because left track is running, but right now currently the right track appears to be completely down, so that screws up the wait times here for Alien Swirling Saucer. Okay, I'm now in officially run mode here. This is way too congested for me. Swirling Saucers, saying 20, but then right there, it's saying 30. So, split the difference, call it 23. And that's a math joke. It was not a good math joke, but it was still a math joke. And if we can get those thumbs up to 300, I promise you I will not tell any more terrible jokes. I swear on my life, no more terrible jokes. I mean, what I meant to say was no more terrible jokes until I get out of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And then they will start back up. Because I know if there's one thing that y'all have taught me, is that there's two things that you truly hate about me. My monotone voice that makes me sound like I'm constantly negative and hate everything, even when I don't. And then also, my jokes. It's so weird to me that they opened up these doors like just for a little bit of extra space. I mean, I guess that ends up being a good 20, 40, ends up being a good 50 feet of extra space to keep people from going back on, but it's kind of funny. Like this side, at least you get a little bit more. That's definitely double the amount of extra space you make on that other side, but how goofy. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just had to say the joke stuff in there because I know I offended a lot of people with my thoughts on the Grand Floridian in my last live stream. And it's 2021. I want to be more positive. I want to be more inclusive. I want people to feel like we're all friends. And the only thing I have to say about that is don't think because I make jokes about your favorite place that doesn't mean we can't be friends. We absolutely can. I'm not saying it like it's not a personal attack on your character because I don't care for the Grand Floridian or something you don't like or something you like. Like, there's lots of stuff out there that I hate that other people love. But when they tell me that they hate it, I don't go starting a riot. I mean, sometimes I'll respond sarcastically and people think I'm being serious about it, but so many people. They're waiting for their docks at docking bay 7. Well, first off, build a droid and put it on Pete's charge. I'm sure he would always appreciate another droid. However, I can only, just seeing these crowds today, I can only imagine how long you have to currently wait right now to build a droid. I could probably go ask, but then that comes into the whole human confrontation, and I don't like confrontation with other humans, so I'd rather just not ask. But we do have a great video of Fiasco and Steve Porter building a droid for Pete in Disneyland when Galaxy's Edge opened there back last year. Oh man, I can't even say last year anymore. Back when that opened 2 years ago. And I recommend watching that. And then if you haven't watched it recently, go back and watch the video of Rhino building the lightsaber for Pete that I was in the room there for too, filming him doing it. Jeez. Yeah, this is just the line right here just to get into the gift shops. I have to bring up the lightsaber video regularly though, because that is not counting a video that doesn't really display anymore on DIS Unplugged, that's our biggest video we have on youtube.com/DIS Unplugged. Like, I think 3.5 million views or something like that, maybe 3.8. And most of the reasons why it has that many views isn't because it's necessarily helpful. It's because people just trash on Rhino for being so indecisive about the lightsaber he wanted to build for Pete. But we were putting $200+ bucks on the line to build a lightsaber for Pete, hoping he would like it. And even though that might not be a lot of money for some people, including maybe even Pete, for us, it's a lot of money. So I don't want to be like, yes, I am confident that he will love this. I should spend the money on it. But that's the kind of people we are. And so we wanted to make sure he liked it. So being very indecisive, and a lot of comments about how indecisive he is, just tearing him apart. And yeah, it's a good video. So you should watch that and watch that video. Watch the building the droid one too that they did. It's good to see. Last time I was at Hollywood Studios, they still didn't have the kiosks over here reopened. So a nice little update, having them back open again. I know Rhino was obsessed with his jacket for the longest time. I like the patches. I need to get back into patches. And I just saw one comment about it. The videos I am talking about are on youtube.com/DIS Unplugged, because that is where our videos were. All our vlogs were prior to using this channel for vlogs, which we just started doing that. That we were going to launch with that on January 1st, but we decided to start that a little bit earlier. And so now we are now we are doing all of our live streams and our vlogs on this channel. So, but anything prior to basically November, you will find over on the DIS Unplugged channel. We did not move them over. I bet if Rhino was looking at that stuff, he would say that now he prefers the women's jacket to the male jacket. And you know what? I would support him with whatever one he wanted to get, because at this point in time, Disney, I wish they would just start making everything more unisex, because it's always a massive bummer when you find a design logo for something that you love and then it's like in a complete cut that you can't wear, specifically for like a guy trying to find a shirt that is designed for a lady's cut. It's always awkward. Like, oh, you can buy one size larger, but why is there so much room in this area and less room in that area? I did not know that about Adidas. I do not buy Adidas shoes. It's nothing against them. I have one pair of Adidas. I have a pair of the Mamba shoes that I bought last year before prices skyrocketed and shoes disappeared. But I think those were Adidas, if I remember correctly. But other than that, I pretty much just stick to Asics. A lot of my like park walking shoes are my retired running shoes, since they're still good but just not great for running anymore. So I don't really go off into different brands of shoes. I'm happy with my Asics. They fit my feet right. They're comfortable. I love it. I will say though, I did see someone mentioned the Mandalorian shoes, and I did look at those intently, and Kylie and I talked about them, but ultimately there was just a couple different things I didn't like on them that caused me to not go through with them. I have to be in love with the shoe. Yeah, that's me. I'm weird. I used to use New Balance shoes for running, but then once I started doing longer distances, I decided to ultimately switch to Asics. They were just, for me, I found better consistency and further distances. Better than what I found with New Balance. But I'd maybe consider New Balances on if I wanted like a training shoe for 3-mile runs and 6-mile runs. I was showing off Pizza Rizzo because a little plug again for our dining channel, youtube.com/Disney Dining. I will be releasing, I believe, next week, next Monday-ish, I will be releasing a dining review from Pizza Rizzo. And it's one that you are going to want to watch. So keep an eye out for that next week. Hello. My old love, Baseline Tap House. I wish I could go there. I should even say that I know I got at least one person asking me to go to Baseline and go have it. I'm on a half dry January, so I'm not doing dry the entire month, just because I would have ruined that right away starting January 1st. So that would have been impossible. And it's just that wasn't going to happen. January 1st, I needed to celebrate while I was watching Ohio State. And then I have the national championship on the 11th, so I'm going to end up drinking that night. And got a couple of beers in the fridge that I'm really excited about that I know I'm going to open up for other videos. So I'm going to ruin that. So what I'm going to try to do is do dry weekends, or dry. You understand what I mean. I'm going to try to stay dry during the week, and then on the weekends I'm going to indulge. Star Tour's a 35-minute wait right now. And normally I don't buy into trends like dry January and such. Wet weekend. That sounds so gross, but I mean, that's basically what it is. Normally I don't go heavy into trends like that, but we did not hold back during the holidays. So much cheese, so much junk food, and so much drinking, so much eggnog, not even just alcohol, just eggnog galore, that I feel like I had to, I have to be a little bit more healthy for January to get back into fighting shape. Who I'm gonna fight, I'm not sure, but I need to be in that fighting shape. We're gonna just stop and pause and watch the little motorcade pass by here. I'm not sure who any of these people are. That one has mode on the front of the car, so I believe that's an ice cream related character. I think that's like a knockoff Barney the dinosaur or something. Well, those are clearly Green Army men. And there's John Wayne. I believe someone else. And, oh, it's Chris Evans. It's Chris Evans, everyone. How fun. How exciting. That is now the second time I have seen Chris Evans at Walt Disney World. And the first time I saw him, that one was, I'm being serious on this. I have seen him once here. I have only seen, that was not the time I'm talking about. I saw him once. I think it was last December that I saw Chris Evans actually at Baseline Tap House. That's where I was when I saw him. That was a fun night. Yeah, Jerry, of course you can say hi if you see me in the park live streaming. Santa Gertie still there? Good. All of the. Yes, he was with the Plaid, and he was with his family. They were eating at Sci-Fi, and so they were, instead of taking him out of Sci-Fi through the front door or even a back exit backstage, they whisked him quickly through Baseline Tap House, and it was very quick, and he had his hat pulled down, but I knew it was him just because lots of people were posting photos in the days, even that day of, but in the days before too, of him there, and it was the same look that he was doing when we saw him going through Sci-Fi area. So it was very cool, and no one else in our group was paying attention because Rhino was there too, and a couple other friends, and I think maybe they saw it, but they were on that level where they're like, it couldn't have been. Like, no, it absolutely was. Okay. I'm gonna loop back down this way. And going to start my goodbyes here now. I know it's too soon. I know y'all want me to do something more exciting than just walk around, and I wish I could. Starbucks, I wish I could go to Starbucks. I wish I had 50 minutes for Runaway Railway. I really screwed that one up. I think I added like 4 extra W's on it. Yeah, I should just rechange the name of this video to Cliffhangers. No one will understand what I'm actually talking about. In terms of like the title, they'll be like, what happened in this video? There's no cliffs at Walt Disney World. They're just going to, they're gonna be completely confused by it. But I'll be like, well, the thing is, Cliffhangers, it's because when I'm by myself and I don't have anyone to bounce off of, I just awkwardly pause way too many times. At times that doesn't even make sense. And that's just what I do. But no, I appreciate everyone who joined me for this. I wish I could stay longer, but like I warned you a little while back, I have to get home and get back to my dog so I can give him his medicine. And this won't be the last time I live stream, as always, but it'll be the last time for today. I will answer this question, not question, I don't know what that is. I will answer real quick because I saw here, I know it's my first hop, but any observations? Is it any busier than recently in the afternoon? Here's the thing with me, I haven't been in a park since the week between Christmas and New Year's. I was in the park, I think the 26th or the 27th. Not even, not Hollywood Studios. I was at Magic Kingdom, and on the day or two after Christmas, it was completely quiet at Magic Kingdom in the afternoon, especially around like 3 or 4 o'clock. It was really, really slow. So I do not know. I don't know if Hollywood Studios is the one difference here because of, roller coaster being down and other popular things here like Rise of the Resistance and Runaway Railway. I can only speculate to that, but I have a feeling that Hollywood Studios is kind of busy in the morning and it's holding its crowds all day right now, but I'll know when I get to visit here a couple more times. But it's definitely, you saw Epcot if you've been watching since the beginning. This park is insane compared to what Epcot was. That was so nice and relaxing. So yeah, this has been interesting. But anything else, I will make sure I try to update maybe on tomorrow's show or in a different video next time, and I'll get you more information on it. So once more, please, if you're planning a trip in 2021 to Walt Disney World, or starting to think of a trip beyond that, Disney Cruise Line, anywhere else, Dreams Unlimited Travel, let the experts there help you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Remember, we are basically one and the same with the DIS and Dreams. So supporting Dreams and booking your vacation through Dreams is supporting us even more. And it's all completely free. No extra charge for using Dreams to plan your vacation, and you can still all have the amount of control over your vacation that you wanted before. You don't have to rely on the agent for everything. You can still do all the work if you want, but if you can book through Dreams, that will help you in case there's any discounts that come out. Your agents will work hard to make sure that they save you as much money as they possibly can. And so, yeah, please help us by using Dreams Unlimited Travel. And of course, one more time, hit the thumbs up for me, please. And make sure you're subscribed. And if you need links to all our other channels, DIS Unplugged, where we have our weekly Walt Disney World show, Disney dining reviews on the dining channel, you can find all of those links right on the homepage here of youtube.com/WDWinfo. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to head out of the park now. I appreciate you. I will see you again. I'll be back on this channel next Monday, maybe Friday for Festival of the Arts, but definitely on Monday with a new video. So as these characters are about to come out, I am going to inevitably leave. I guess I'll just show them since I'm right here now, and then we're gonna leave. Okay, bye-bye. I'll see you all soon.